my little art studio at home, and that's where I get all the paintings done and collect loads of junk and beads and everything. So I have to give it a tidy now and again. It gets a bit messy. So I like working in all different mediums and like to experiment. So that's just watercolour and ink. That one is based on actually an artist in England called Kerry Darlington. So I based it, it's a painting from a nephew. Nice fun one on Peter Pan, and then I added beads and things to the ship just to give it an extra, layer. So that's just painting in oils of the black water in Caledon. That's just examples of framed work on nature and animals. That's it there. This one is my mother-in-law asked me to paint this. It was her uncle's boots, and she said he doesn't know whether he's coming or going. They're going in different directions. And she took the photo on her mobile, which was an old mobile at the time, and the quality wasn't that great, but the painting came out really well, and it's an example of maybe you don't need the top camera to, do these paintings. So I was happy with that one. That's just a watercolour painting of the Bonbon shop on House of Gold in Town. That's another one. Then somebody else wanted a painting done of it. Just more buildings now. And the kids were off on midterm and they came back and they were just delighted with it all, so it made a real difference. This is a preschool, just a few wee bits, little kitchen, wee window and tree.
For protection for the winter. It's also known as the Boolie, much later on. It's the Festival of the Dead. It's the end of the year and the beginning of the new year. So we don't, the new year, the 1st of January, didn't exist. We had Samhain. Now, there's loads of myths and loads of folklore and loads of bits and pieces, but in archaeology we like to have something a bit physical to actually see and say this is the start. So, the Conic calendar was found in France. It dates to about 2nd century BC, 1st century BC, depending on what reference you're looking at. And it's the first item that we have that actually says Samhain on it. And this is in France. So the festival Samhain dates back to pre-Christian times, pre-Jesus Christ times, into that early Iron Age period. And it seems not only just in Ireland, but France, England, you know, all that area. An area that I usually call the Northwest Europeans, which we belong to. I don't like using Celt, but Northwest Europeans. And this is a calendar, it's a pegged calendar, and it's broken into a 5-year cycle. It's a lunar solar calendar, which I might explain later on, depending on the time. So that's the first kind of proper evidence. But in Ireland, because as you can imagine, Romans pushed everybody out, and what we have is Tlachta. This is actually for Ireland. So this is referenced twice in the annals, going way back. First in the Lord of Women and Lore of Places. And that's the physical structure of Tlachta, what's left of it now. And you can see the banks in it. And if an artist was to actually draw it as it might have been back in the Iron Age, that's what it might have looked like, okay, with palisade, a wall going around it all the way out. And it's a religious site. This is where the first fires are lit for sound. All other fires in the country are supposed to be put out, basically, down to embers. And then this would be lit. And then slowly but surely, there's a reference to Druids making a big march from Tlachta to Tara. Now the person who built Tlachta and Tara and two
tried to figure what I'd done wrong, and inside I'm laughing, and here I belong. There's a village in my head, my heart keeps knowing I will never feel the same. Thank you very much, guys. That's it.